Do you have a Star Wars geek in your family that you need to shop for? Yep, I do too. Well, my son had a picture saved, and I've seen these on Pinterest before, with these terrariums. So I decided I was going to make him a couple of them. And I went on the search for jars. Even on wholesale sites, the cheapest place I could find them was actually at Hobby Lobby. And these were in the home accent department with their glass jars. They have lids on them. Now you can get the big bubble bowls in the floral department, but they don't have a lid and they're very flimsy. If you're making this for a kid that's going to pick it up, the sides would break so easy. So I went ahead and splurged and bought the big ones. These glass jars, $39.99, and half price on glass sale day was $20. And if you're lucky enough, you could maybe find them at a thrift shop, so keep your eyes open. And then the characters, the little Star Wars figures, I started looking on Amazon and eBay. The cheapest way to go is getting a multi-pack like I did this scene here. A multi-pack, that way they're all about the right size. Now this one all came together except for Han Solo and the carbonite frozen up there. But everything else was in one package. So, and then I needed sand, so I like to use what I already have. And I had some sand, believe it or not, in a pool pump outside, an old pool pump. So I took it out and sifted it, cleaned it, sifted out several times, and then took a funnel and poured it into my glass jar. That way the sand doesn't come up and get all over your jar, because then you gotta wash that and you can't get it all the way down to the bottom. It looked horrible, trust me. But you also want to take all your labels off your jars first, and I used Goof Off to do that. So clean your jars really good first, and then decide what scene you're going to put in it. Now you want to try and find like items. I could not tell that this little transport guy right here was really little, but Luke's, and this other one I did for my son here, that little transport vehicle right there was actually the perfect size, but I did not want to do two desert scenes, doing two of them, so I decided to just kind of fake it here. I mean, you can't really tell that it's a tiny vehicle for that size of Luke Skywalker. So what I did here, I put floral foam. I cut slabs of floral foam and fitted it in. This is dry foam. Fit it in the bottom of the jar. Now you don't want to go very thick because it does show up on the bottom. Now if you want to make it slope on the edges, that might be a good idea, but that's going to take more time. Then I covered it with preserved moss. Mossy moss. So I used that, and I went out in my yard, decided to find something that anything that looked like it belonged in a swamp. And I found this little root, came off of a plant. So I washed that up and put it in there, cut it down and made it look like it was a fallen log for Yoda to balance up against. And I had bought a little bush at Hobby Lobby. This one had tiny little tendrils. As you can see, it looks like a fern there actually. So you could take that apart. It really wasn't even necessary. There was plenty enough with the moss. And I also bought these little trees from the hobby department. That was the most expensive thing. So, but I only used two of them, and it was like $12.99 for a whole package of them. So I definitely have enough stuff to do later on, and I did use a coupon on that. Now these little trees, the bases come off, and I took the base off, pulled it right off, and gobbed it with glue, and poked them down. And right there's one, and the one right there underneath behind Luke. And I just poked them down into the foam. And then I had a little succulent thing here just to make it look like different plants are growing. Put a couple of sprigs of the leaf ferns in there. Another little branch, like it's something growing. So you just be creative and have fun, but try and make it as realistic to a scene in a Star Wars movie as possible, because I guarantee you they're going to know it. But I think they definitely appreciate that you went to the trouble to do something like that, and any Star Wars fan is going to love it. So guys, it's super simple to do and very original gift, and give it a try. Thanks for watching. Bye.